What celebrity death seems a bit too suspicious? Ken Lay, former Enron CEO, was declared deceased in Aspen with his family right before he was going to serve his sentence. Cremated and buried at an undisclosed location.
Dorothy Kilgallen, reporter and TV personality, died under mysterious circumstances while investigating Kennedy's assassination. Natalie Wood.
Brittany Murphy for sure. Jill Dando. She was a British TV presenter, newsreader and journalist. She was shot on her front doorstep and it's never been solved. Also Dr. David Kelly, not exactly a celebrity, but he was a known public figure. He was a weapons expert that supposedly killed himself shortly after saying that the report on Iraq's nuclear weapons had been fudged.
George Reeves, the guy who played Superman in the 50s. There were a bunch of people in his house the night he died, and a lot of conflicting stories. Also he was having an affair with a studio exec who was in attendance with his husband that night. Also forensics disagree with the testimony of the witnesses. It's all a clusterfuck.
Nicole Brown Simpson. From what I hear, her ex is still trying to find the real killer.
Y'all, it would be nice if you include your reasons and not just post a name like we're supposed to know all about it.
Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones died under suspicious circumstances while swimming. The person he was swimming with, a contractor working on his house who Jones had accused of stealing from him, supposedly confessed on his deathbed to killing Jones. Haring Ngor, Oscar and Golden Globe winner for The Killing Fields, Cambodian and former prisoner of the Khmer Rouge, tortured and imprisoned in Cambodia, murdered outside his home in Los Angeles. His family thinks it was revenge from Cambodia for his outspoken support for human rights and bringing people to justice in Cambodia. Dorothy Kilgallen. She was an investigative journalist and game show panelist on What's My Line. She was digging into JFK when she died of an overdose. Her manuscript on JFK was taken by the government and will never see the light of day. Didn't John McAfee get whacked, tattooed on himself or some shit just before he died? I may be wrong.
Marilyn Monroe's death. Epstein.
Elliott Smith, arguing with his girlfriend and then when she goes to take a shower in the middle of their argument, he suddenly decides to stab himself twice in the chest with no hesitation wounds. And of course she pulled the knife out before calling 911. And I think I've read she has exhibited so weird behavior before and since. Not a celebrity but a notable person. Lee Harvey Oswald. Whitney Houston and her daughter. Whitney's autopsy shows that she had defensive wounds. Maybe it wouldn't be as suspicious if her daughter wasn't also found unresponsive in a bathtub. I remember hearing about Michael Jackson saying people were following him not long before he died. But that could be due to mental health problems, drug use. Ivana Trump. Yevgeny Prigozhin's flight crash. Not a murder or death, and not really a celebrity, but where is Shelley Miscavige? I firmly believe Martin Luther King was not killed by James Earl Ray. Dorothy Kilgallen's death has got to be one of the most suspicious. There are many who feel she was about to break the real story behind JFK's death. But then suddenly she was dead. Elliott Smith. Sam Cooke. Tupac and Biggie Smalls. Princess Diana. Elliott Smith. Suicide by stabbing himself twice in the heart. Kinda fishy. Corey Haim. Never sat right. Jean Spangler. She is assumed to be dead but has never been found. It was suspected that Kirk Douglas was involved in her disappearance. Ivana Trump. On the eve of her non-disclosure agreement about her marriage. Divorce. And what she knew about the Trump business set to expire. Why was her casket so heavy? Elliott Smith. Gary Coleman. Did his ex-wife push him down the stairs? Anna Nicole Smith. Brandon Lee. So many weird little things surrounding the way in which he was killed. I would be very happy to find out Robin Williams is really playing Ms. Doubtfire permanently. Whitney Houston. She hated baths. Even when she was on crack she never sat in the tub. Heath Ledger's was a bit suspicious. Bob Saget. Mr. J. H. Christ. Dies. Then, comes back, then goes down to the gas station for some milk and never comes back. Sounds like a con.